So we are doing a factorial class, and my factorial is going to result in a big integer. So I'm going to go ahead and import the big integer class. And I'm going to go ahead and create my factorial class. So the main data field that I need here is an integer for our base value. And I'm going to create a no argument constructor, and I'll also create an argument constructor where you input the base. So this dot base will set the instance variable to whatever the inputted value is. I'm also going to make a void method called setBase, which will basically be useful if we need to change the base or if we use that no argument constructor. So it's going to have the same statement here. And then lastly, I'm going to have a method that returns a big integer, and we're going to call this getResult, aka the result of the factorial operation. Because this returns a big integer, I need to declare a big integer object. And I was looking at different ways to input on a big integer, and the easiest one I saw was to input a string, strangely enough. Okay, so first thing I need is an if statement, because right now my big integer's default value is 1. If our base is 0, it's automatically going to result in 1. So I only need to do this operation if the base is not 0. So if the base is not 0, I'm going to use a for loop, and I'm going to start it at the base and stop when it gets to 1. We'll be decrementing by 1 each time. So what's going to happen is result is going to equal result times multiply. And if you can see, it has to be a big integer value. And since I want to multiply it by I have to change I into a big integer. And the easiest way I saw to do that is to use the value of function. So this is going to go through all of the values after whatever the base is and multiply it with the product. And then after we're done, we're going to return result. So now if I go back up to my main, right up here, my main class, I'm going to go ahead and make my main method. I'm going to declare a factorial. We'll just call it number for now. And I'm going to use my no argument constructor. And according to the guide for our lab, it wants us to start at 0 and show the factorial up to 20. So the first thing I'm going to do, because my factorial doesn't have a base, is I'm going to set the base to I. So it'll change with each iteration of the loop. And now I'm going to print out what it'll look like. So whatever the number is factorial, and we're going to just do a little bit of formatting here. Oops. Plus, and then I'm going to call my getResult. So this will loop through from 0 to 20 and return the factorial. So as you can see, it goes from 0 all the way up to 20 factorial.